I feel homeless. I feel out of place. My kids feel out of place because, they've never been in this type of situation.
Twyla Wright has been a self-employed hairstylist for 22 years, but when COVID hit, she had to stop taking clients. Despite her side hustles, making
So the caption says, woman struggles to find housing with her Section 8 voucher.
a self-employed hairstylist for 22 years, but when COVID hit, she had to stop taking clients. Despite her side hustles, making rent was becoming a struggle, so she was ecstatic when she was approved for Section 8 housing here in the Valley.
I thought I hit the lottery.
But soon she realized the cash prize was more like leftover pennies when she couldn't find a place to stay.
Nobody wants to accept the voucher. Nowhere. I've called hundreds and hundreds of apartments.
Wright says the places she's managed to find that accept the voucher are either at capacity or waitlisted until 2022.
I'm devastated. I don't know my next step.
Right now, Wright, her 3 children and 2 grandchildren are sleeping on air mattresses at a friend's house.
I've called local offices to try to get assistance for rent and deposit assistance, but the lines, they said they're just flooded with people. They have so many people. They're not answering for weeks and weeks.
So, and this is for pretty much any and all members of the community.
Lavon Lammy, the Housing and Revitalization Deputy in Tempe, says the buildings will be fully functioning in December. And in the meantime, the city hired a second housing navigator to assist people trying to find a home. And for the second time this year, they're hiking up the prices of vouchers to entice landlords to buy in. But still,
on average, most of our program participants find units between 45 and 65 days.
The wait is about 7 days longer than before COVID. But people like Wright say they need housing now.
I've moved my kids 1,800 miles away. I can't even put them in a school if I don't have an address. I feel homeless.
Listen, I'm just going to say what it is. I'm going to say what it is because what it appears is that this is the cheat code. This is the cheat code that a lot of people do. And the cheat code that I'm referring to is be on government assistance, especially Section 8 and the housing assistance. But they learn how to do hair. And here's what I mean. You can make some really good money doing hair, especially depending where you're located, right? You can make really good money doing hair. I wouldn't be surprised if she makes enough money to be able to take care of herself without the assistance. But that's the play. Because when people do hair, especially when they do it from their house or they can come to other people's house, for one, the overhead is extremely low. But what do they typically like to do a lot of times? They'll only accept cash or, you can still like cash app them or whatever the case. So a lot of the funds that they make aren't getting reported. So they're getting under the table money, which allows them to still be able to claim as if they don't have any income because that money's not reported. So imagine showing 0 income. Then you get the multiplier by having all these kids, but then you're making really good money under the table. That is the blueprint. And that is kind of like the thing that gets passed down as far as, make sure that they know how to do hair. And now you got that skill and you can still get the benefits under the table as well. And listen, I'm just calling spade a spade. That's what happens. That is the play. That is the cheat code. And I wouldn't be surprised if she actually doesn't need it, but she just wants to take advantage of it. Y'all, before we get into the next clip, if you could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. Only takes a second and actually helps out more than you know. And also if you could hype.
Just lost all my fucking Section 8 because you steady want to play with the police, keep going to jail, back to back. Now it's on me to take care of you.
I told you I'm going to figure it out, bro. Don't worry about the kids. Y'all can go stay with my sister.
Told you.
Y'all can go stay with my sister for a minute, bro.
You
but they keep
to
fucking
get
with
off
me,
my
bro.
Section 8.
What
When
you
I kept
talking
telling
about?
your ass to get out and leave and just let me take you off, your ass should have let me do it. Now I'm sitting here
It's not my
stuck
fault. They
to
took
figure
your
this shit
Section
out.
8. It's not my fault. You
You
don't
said
have a
I stay
house
with
no
your
more.
sister. I don't want to stay with no fucking body.
It's not on me. You keep trying to blame this shit on me because you and your kids don't got nowhere to stay now. I'm good. I'm going to my mama's house. Like I said, y'all can go to my sister's crib.
I'm not
all that
going
shit you talking about,
to nobody's house.
You steady trying to put
Why
all
do
this
you
shit on
steady
me.
think
It's not
about-
happening. It's not working. The fuck is you talking about, bro? That shit dead.
Okay, well,
Shit
you go
dead.
take your kids.
Oh well, no,
Since
I'm
you the
not.
one
They
who
all
made
going
us
with you.
lose
They-
it.
They not. Man, they all
Since you the one who
quality.
made us lose our Section 8, you're gonna take your fucking kids,
I'm not taking
and you're gonna
nobody
figure
nowhere.
out y'all
Bro,
living situation.
What?
I'm gonna get back on my feet without you,
No,
and I'm
you
coming
is.
back for my kids.
Fuck is you talking
Simple.
about? I don't get no fuck either.
I just lost.
So the caption on this video says, lady tried to pay for her food, for her McDonald's food with a food stamp card.
The 10-piece combo with the Coke with for my sauce. Let me get barbecue sauce. Let me do medium. It's that card not accepted. What the hell?
You got cash on that card?
No, it's just EBT. Y'all don't accept EBT here? The one down the street, dude. Girl, I can't just give you cash up. Because I got like $200 worth of food stamps on here. And then like I can just send you
No, I don't have cash.
oh my god. Alright, thank you. The 10-piece.
So let me get this straight. You know what's crazy too in this situation? This woman who's working looks much older than this woman who's on the assistance trying to pay for her McDonald's with food stamps. Ain't that crazy? The woman who's working looks to be old enough to be this woman's mother. And funny enough, you're trying to get her to risk her job so that you can get some McDonald's with your food stamp card. And then you recording her talking about, can I cash app you or whatever the case. She's actually working. I don't know if this woman's not working, but she definitely looks like she's not hurting for funds. And she definitely doesn't look like what you would expect someone to look like who is getting government assistance, for lack of better words. But it's like, dang, you don't got it good enough. You got to be able to get the McDonald's with it too. Like, really? Next thing you know, they're going to be going to restaurants and leaving tips with the food stamp card.
Excuse me. This is eviction. You don't live here. This is eviction. Ain't no excuse me. Who all here? Any weapons in here?
No.
Okay. It's an eviction.
So, I mean, I haven't got any paperwork or
No, you
nothing.
gotta take that up with the judge. Eviction. It's called writ of
So, what, do we
possession.
need to leave right now?
Yeah. So you don't live here as of right now. You know, I got a crew that's gonna come in. We're gonna sell all the stuff out on the street.
Oh, wow, because I ain't getting no notice or anything.
Right. You didn't go to court?
Yeah, I mean, but I ain't getting no notice, 30-day notice or anything like that.
Okay, this is how it works. I'm gonna explain it
They
to you.
always say
One,
this.
I don't have nothing. I can't stop. All I do is
They always swear they didn't get no notice when the judge walked them through it. You wouldn't be in this situation if you didn't get any notice. It doesn't work like that. The judge gives you notice. The judge lets you know exactly what's going to happen and exactly when you need to be out by, unless you didn't go to court. So that is the only exception where you wouldn't have got any notice of the timeline and ultimately the deadline of when you needed to have all your things out of there. Otherwise, the writ of eviction will come into place and he will come in here and remove all your things forcibly.
eviction. So trying to convince me of anything, people try to convince me all the time, but you can't convince me of anything because I don't have no power. I do evictions.
Yeah.
So you will have to call somebody else, call the judge or somebody to try to convince them, but you can't convince me. But with that said, I'm just saying that so you won't be having ideas trying to convince me of anything.
Right.
But what happens is you go to court.
That's good.
And after the judge gives you 10 days. After that, or this writ's going to be issued. The 10 days pass and the writ is issued. At that point, there is no notice. Court was the only notice you get was court. Now, if you saying the judge did something wrong in court, you have to go back to court and say, Judge, you didn't give me no notice, or Judge. Yeah, but I wouldn't go down in the court trying to tell the judge that he don't know what he's doing, because usually that don't work out good. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Now, what I want to do, I'm going to come in and start take pictures first. I have to show what's in there before we move out. Then I take pictures of it when we're done. And so in the meantime, it's too... Well, this is what I'm going to do. I need 10 minutes to go ahead and start gathering stuff. You need to get your most crucial stuff. Your money, cell phone chargers, because all that stuff goes in bags. And if you don't get it now, later you'll be looking for, where's my cell phone? Where's my cell phone charger? Where's my laptop? Where's my notebook? Where your medicine? Anything that you need to get hold to, work on that first. Now, if you got ideas of stopping the eviction, work on both of them at the same time. Don't just work on one. If you can,
Can she stop it?
I don't think. Well, I'm just saying. I don't see how it can be stopped. But I'm saying sometimes
Nah.
people try to call the landlord or whatever. But I wouldn't. Sometimes people focus on that. Meanwhile, they stop going to the street.
Oh yeah.
So you don't want to just focus. If you want to call landlord, you can. But other than that, you know, I know it's a tough thing. You know.
Yeah. We were just waiting on the time for that.
Yeah.
You see, I'm up there.
Yeah.
The other person, the Caucasian woman, talking about some. Can she stop it? Shouldn't you be asking, can we stop it? Are you even on the lease? Are you supposed to be there? She said, can she stop it? Because it looked like you packing your stuff too.
I see.
Like we did on the list.
Right.
We didn't have no clue.
Yeah, the way evictions work, you know, it's property. The property belongs to the owner. And as soon as I show up with this rent, you're done. You don't have no rights. You're trespassing at that point. And a lot of people, it's tough for them to take because they're like, no, I live here. No, you was living here until I knocked on that door, and then you just trespassing on private property.
They never take those warnings serious. They tell them exactly when they got to be out and what's going to happen. Every time we watch court cases over here too. The judge always outlines exactly what's going to happen, exactly when it's going to happen, and they give them notice.
I don't know who in the
Her caption says, Section 8 people do pay rent. Boo. Exclamation mark, exclamation mark.
fuck told y'all that people that's getting government assistance, or I guess on Section 8, that they don't pay no fucking rent. But this is not back in the olden days, baby. If you work at motherfucking McDonald's, if you work, I ain't gonna say McDonald's, so McDonald's bring in a little something now. Motherfucker, you could be doing any fucking thing. The lowest paying job, minimum wage, y'all, minimum wage. Last time I knew was $7.25. I don't know if it's a little higher down here in Alabama or what, but $7.25 is the motherfucking minimum wage from what I know. If you working any
Trust me, if it's $7.25 everywhere else, right, it ain't gonna be no higher in Alabama.
motherfucking where, you're gonna be paying rent. Unless you know how to get around the system and try to do all that extra shit, which I don't know nothing about all that. You can probably ain't paying shit. But long as you got a motherfucking job, you're gonna be paying rent. And they're gonna be acting like you make six figures. And you're gonna be paying all of your rent. Half, if not all. So I don't know who came up with this shit about motherfuckers on Section 8 don't pay no motherfucking rent, but rent definitely gets paid. And it's most definitely not no motherfucking $100, $200, $300. This, I'm talking about, it's no use in being on the fucking program at this point, because you're basically paying your whole fucking rent. Like, so I don't know who came up with that shit. Y'all can kill that shit, because as long as you got a motherfucking job, you paying some motherfucking rent. And if you, granted, you got you a good little job where you bring home a little something like me, you're gonna be paying your whole fucking rent. So it's not like you there's no reason for you to even be on the program.
I agree.
Because these people gonna act like you make so much money. I thought the fucking program was for low income families, but baby, they're not helping nobody. I can't speak for nobody else, because I ain't even gonna lie. I don't know how to get everybody else probably know how to beat the system and put this down so they don't have to pay this and do that and all that kind of shit like that. But baby, if you got a motherfucking job, your ass gonna be paying some rent, and it ain't gonna be no little sum, because they gonna act like you make so much motherfucking money that you just can take care of 3 households. Like,
What the fuck? So y'all can kill that little narrative right there. You on Section 8, so you don't pay no motherfucking rent, because I'm here to tell you that is a motherfucking lie.
I absolutely agree. I agree. Why are you even on the program? Able-bodied, you're working already. You still have to dang near pay the whole rent. Why are you on the program? You don't need it. A lot of people are opportunists out here, and they're trying to take advantage of something and see how much they can get when they really don't need it. And then the more savvy people who value their time, ironically, will then say, well, okay, this is what they give me when I'm working. I would rather just stop working and let them give me more. And then I have my time to do whatever I want and I don't have to answer to nobody. And then that's when it gets real egregious. So, yes, why are you on it? And I think if we get even closer to the root cause, because she brought up how hard it is and, that people are already struggling financially and, we're already low income. Okay, why are you procreating when you're low income? Why did you think that that was the perfect time to start a family? While in low income circumstances, you decided to bring in a dependent, someone who was going to depend on you when you don't really have much resources to be dependable. And that's the question we really have to start asking. And it gets so insane because it's not like y'all, it's just one kid. There's people out here having 5, 6 kids when they're already admittedly low income, and then they continue having them while they're on government assistance programs, which symbolizes being low income. That's what we really need to start addressing. And that's what we need to start solving for.
On Section 8 be fumbling the bag. Do you know if you're on Section 8, you could go to school for free? You could qualify for food stamps. You could get so much assistance. Get your life together and get off the program. Section 8 is not designed for you to be on it for the rest of your life, and then you think the flex is to pass it down to your children. That is not a flex, mommy. It's not. And I'm here to let you know that it's not. Depending on what you're going to school for, I say you should be on Section 8 no more than 6 years. The first year is like, all right, whew. I was paying like $3,000 in rent, and now I'm paying like $200, $300. Like, let me breathe a little bit. I bet. All right. Take a couple of months to realize, all right, I ain't got to be paying so much rent, and then let's get to it. What's the plan? What is the plan? We going to school. We going to get some trades, because this is not a long-term thing. And this is what happens when you be so happy to be on this Section 8 program, and then y'all want to stay on it, and then 10 years later, you still on it and you ain't do nothing. And I'm not making this video because people are going back and forth talking about, oh, people need to get off the program, or you lazy, you this, you that. Everybody's situation is different, and I get that. Some people are on Section 8 for so many different reasons, even health issues. So if it's that, then I'm not talking to you. I'm talking about the people who are able to get up and work, and you're choosing not to. So again, let this video be a word or words of encouragement to get up and do something with yourself. Go out here and get a degree. You can get it for free. It's never too late to go to school. Suffolk County right now got a program called the Reconnect program. You can go to school for free. You could qualify for so many grants. The Pell Grant, TAP, where you can go to school, and then you're going to get a little cut of that money after they pay what they got to pay for the school. They're going to send you a check right through Bank Mobile. Like, stop playing. So again, just a recap. Section 8 is not a flex for long term. Yes, it's a flex in the beginning. But you get out here and you get you a trade. You go to school. Boom. You finish in 4 to 5 years, because sometimes things is different. All right, bet. And then you may need an extra year to just stack coin and then come up with a plan. But Section 8 is not a long term. It's not a lifetime thing, and then you think you're going to pass it down to your kid and your kid's going to pass it down to your kids. No, we need to break the cycle, because all it's going to do is just keep you like here. You want to be here. Section 8 and food stamps and the government assistance is going to keep you here. You want to be here. So we got to stop trying to stay here because it's comfortable. We got to be uncomfortable. And no, we got to pay bills. Have a good day. Bless.
I think her heart's in the right place. So I'm not going to pick it apart too much. But what I do want to focus on is the 6 years thing, right? Because she said 6 years. And again, I think her heart was in the right place. So I think she was saying that in proportion to what it was, right? There were people on it for their entire lifetime. So in her mind, 6 years, it doesn't sound that bad. But it's moving to 2 years now for most people. And if you need 6 years, then I want to see that you're getting a doctorate degree or something. It shouldn't take 6 years to turn your life around. It shouldn't take 6 years to turn your life around. What that is an indication of is that you're not moving with urgency, is what that is. You're moving at your pace, a snail's pace. If it's taking you, because I'm not talking about to do something incredible. I'm just saying to be able to take care of yourself and your responsibilities. But I think that's where the point of contention comes in. Responsibilities, right? If it was just to take care of yourself, it would be very doable. But you got people out here sabotaging themselves, putting self-inflicted wounds on themselves, having all these kids that's going to depend on them, even pets. And then that's where the point of contention comes in, to where it's like, well, this is going to take much longer than 6 years. It's going to take 18, because you expect the government to pretty much raise your kids for you financially and a plethora of other things as well. Why did you have them? Was it to be able to pour into them and to be able to give them the best life? Or was it just impulsive fun? And then you don't learn your lesson after the first time, the second time, the third time, the fourth time, the fifth time. This is what I'm talking about. So, again, we need to get to the root issue. And I get it. There are some people who have already made the decision. But it was your decision, ultimately. It was your decision. Life's not perfect. And again, when you had the first kid, you knew exactly what that process was like. You knew exactly what the impact was on your life. So why you decided to then multiply that, no one knows. But I think it was short-sighted thinking. And by short-sighted thinking, I think a lot of people are doing these things because of the benefits. But they're not understanding that laws can change just like that. You could change a law just like that. So if you're banking on the laws in order to predict your future, then that is the wrong thing to do. You need to be banking on what you are capable of and what you're ultimately going to do on your own behalf.
A lot of people signed up for Section 8 years ago. They've been on the wait list. They don't think it's ever going to happen, which is understandable and fair. But one thing I don't want you to forget about is that if your situation does happen to change, for instance, when you applied, you were living with your mom. Now, 2 years later, you're living in your car. Whatever transpired, that now you are currently like homeless. Make the phone call to the housing authority. Let them know that your situation has changed. A lot of
But let him say something, because I'm only here because of him. Oh, I didn't do nothing to you. You want to be mad over me over some little
All right,
shit.
we need you to leave now or you're going to get arrested. We can get you a ride.
The caption says, if you're on the mobile device, upset and loud 18-year-old refuses to leave property after being banned.
Call a cab for you, but here's the deal. You got to get off the property.
No, because I want to talk to him.
Yes, if you don't leave, is going to jail worth it to you? Yes or no? Because if it is, we'll take you to jail.
I want to talk to him.
You can't talk to him here. You're banned from the ban. Does she have any stuff in your apartment?
Yes, I do. I have plenty of stuff.
Can you get her a jacket or something?
Are you going to lie to him again, too? Are you?
Hey.
We're trying to help you, and you're
Don't
gonna
help me for shit.
You're gonna end
Don't
up.
help me for shit. Just go. I don't want y'all's help.
You need to relax because he doesn't.
I don't care.
We're not going in the apartment. You're banned from the property.
I have.
Understand this. When dudes call the police on chicks, that means they were acting really crazy and really volatile. It's very rare that a dude's going to call on the police. That's when he just felt like this is completely out of control. I can't stop it. There's nothing I can say. There's nothing I can do. It's getting to the point to where it's going to put me in a crazy situation. And so he don't have to call the police. And this is how she's acting with the police right there. So imagine how she was acting when it was siloed between her and that guy.
My stuff
You need
in
to leave
there.
or you're gonna go.
You don't get no shit about me.
You get her jacket so we can get her out of here.
I just wanted to talk. I have my purse in
Back
there,
up.
everything.
Back up. She's gonna get
No,
your stuff.
I don't.
You're gonna go to jail here in about 5 seconds.
I know, because after they leave, they finna leave. I don't believe you. You don't care about me. You're not even trying to help me.
Get her jacket.
I just want my purse, my jacket.
He's gonna grab your stuff.
I don't
okay?
I just want my stuff.
No, we need you to call a ride, or we need you to leave, or you're gonna go to jail.
I want my
Back up.
please,
You're not going in your apartment.
I can't.
Hey, I understand that you're upset, but if you don't cooperate with us and let us walk you out, you're gonna go to jail.
We're not going anywhere till you leave. Is it worth it to you? You can talk to him tomorrow, but we need you to leave now.
But no, it's not like you're gonna do that shit. He don't get no no.
Right.
Talk to me. I'll talk to you.
How can you talk to her?
What's wrong with you? What is wrong with you?
Hey.
Stop. You're going to go to jail. Close the door.
Here. No, you didn't have to close the door on him, sir, because that's not your door. No, I'll wait, because he said he would talk to me, right? No, he wouldn't.
You've been banned.
Because no, you'll ask him, he will say he will talk, no.
You've been banned from the property, and if you don't leave, you will be arrested for criminal trespass.
He said he would talk to me.
Please don't do this to yourself.
He won't talk to me. I don't care. I will get arrested for.
The ex-boyfriend opens the door again.
He's banned her from the property, so she's committing the offense of criminal trespass.
We're
trying to keep her from going to jail. I don't want to take her to jail. My patience is kind of wearing thin because we've given her numerous warnings to leave. She was just banned from the property 5 minutes ago by this gentleman who has the authority to do that.
And all you're trying to do is get rid of me.
Why did I open my door? Calm down.
Will you meet up with her tomorrow and talk to her tomorrow?
I don't believe that. I want it tonight. No. Be the victim. Let me be the crazy one.
Are you going to go?
Here. No, because you thought it closed on me and I have everything I have in there. And if he goes to the door, no!
You want her arrested?
Hey, but
Let me tell you something. Sometimes big and crazy things can come in small packages. She looks like she could possibly be cute when she's not like spazzing out like this. But this dude lost so much control of the situation. And she was just acting so crazy and so insane that he literally made the executive decision that he doesn't want anything to do with her moving forward. And he actually banned her from his property and trespassed her. That says a lot. That says a lot. And listen, it shouldn't get this out of control, but how you start is how you finish, ultimately, right? Maybe he thought all this crying and stuff was cute at the beginning or whatever. Listen, man, if you can't just say stop or enough and they continue going and get progressively worse, then you need to go ahead and just cut your ties right there and don't continue on no matter what type of perks you feel like you're going to get, because it's only going to get worse and worse. And this is what it has the possibility to evolve into. And what this really could have evolved into was something domestic, or maybe she could have said something, because clearly she's not in her right mind. She could have said anything and said that you did something. And if they could have took her word, that could have messed up your entire future trajectory, right? That could have been on your criminal record, or it could just be inconvenience and something you got to fight now when you should be trying to, because if she's 18-year-old, I'm guessing he's like 18, 20, whatever. You got better things to do. You need to be building. And no matter how cute somebody is or whatever they can do for you, it's not worth all this craziness. So we're going to leave it there for today. If you could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. Only takes a second and it actually helps out more than you know. And also, if you could hype the video, hype is a new feature that YouTube offers where it helps smaller content creators like myself. And basically, when you hype, it actually pushes us to the extent that it pushes the larger content creators. So you just press the hype button, then it shows the points. And since I am a smaller channel, we get more points per hype. And hype was designed for smaller channels, and that's why. And then also Patreon's link below if you want to see self-improvement content as well. But until then, I'll catch you in the next video.